With every rumble of thunder, Andy raised a rock and smashed it against the massive sewage pipe. He had waited 20 years for this moment, and tonight was the night. The pipe finally burst open, releasing a flood of foul, reeking sludge. Andy held his breath, fought back the urge to vomit, and crawled straight in without hesitation. The next morning at roll call, a guard stood outside cell 245 yelling,
"Don't make me come down there, I'll thump your skull for you."
But silence, not a sound. He kicked the door open and froze. The cell was empty. Meanwhile, the warden was changing shoes in his office. As the alarm went off, his face went pale. He stormed down to Andy's cell.
What do you mean he just wasn't here? Don't say that to me.
Just fear and silence. Furious, the warden grabbed a rock from the table and hurled it at the Rita Hayworth poster on the wall. But instead of a thud, there was an echo. He walked over, ripped down the poster, and what he saw made his blood run cold. Behind it was a tunnel, a hole big enough for a man to crawl through. And it led straight out of Shawshank. So how did Andy pull it off? 20 years ago, he was locked up for a crime he didn't commit, accused of killing his wife and her lover. Early on, he asked Red for a small rock hammer, just to carve his name into the wall. But when he first tapped the wall, he realized something: the cement was soft, crumbling, old. That's when it hit him. He had a shot, a real one. Every night after that, Andy dug little by little, chipping away at the wall in total silence. He covered the hole with posters of pinup girls, different ones, different decades. No one noticed. The debris? He'd drop it out through his pant leg during yard time, one handful at a time. Nobody caught on. But surprise cell checks were always the biggest risk. Every time the warden barged in, Andy stayed calm, sitting on his bed, reading the Bible, acting like nothing was wrong. One day, the warden snatched the Bible from Andy's hands. "What's your favorite verse?" he asked. Andy looked up and said,
"Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh."
The warden nodded, smirking.
Salvation lies within.
Yes, sir.
What he didn't know was that Andy's rock hammer was hidden inside that Bible. Every close call, every near discovery, Andy held his breath but never stopped digging. And after 2 decades, he finally broke through. He crawled through 500 yards of the filthiest sewer you could imagine and came out clean on the other side. In the middle of a storm, Andy stood in the rain, arms raised, letting it wash away 20 years of pain and injustice. Back at Shawshank, guards searched with dogs from sunrise to sundown, but they found nothing, just a worn-out prison uniform and a beat-up little rock hammer. No one could believe it. A skinny, quiet man had carved his way to freedom with nothing but patience and a tool smaller than a loaf of bread. In Shawshank, they said hope was dangerous, that it had no place inside those walls. But Andy proved them wrong. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.